But what is Phase 2? Phase 2 is where I look at pre-existing builds and give them an expansion. Let's look at two locations that I am wanting to expand. Anoth Kingdom and the Dragonlance. Let's take Anoth Kingdom for example. Anoth Kingdom is a big city that doesn't have enough buildings for how big it is, for how much area it takes up. You can't really call somewhere a kingdom with less than 30 buildings. It needs to be substantial. So the expansion idea that I had for it is that I'm going to expand underground rather than head into World Painter and tear out these mountains and repaste them and do all that jazz. We're going to be building Anoth Kingdom, the expansion, underground. Let's move on to the Dragonlands. The problem I have with the Dragonlands is that it's a very old build. Dragonlands I built back in 2019, and then I upgraded it in somewhere around 2022, and it's a little dated. And what I want to do is I want to give it a facelift. So the trees in the middle, I'm going to remove all the trees. I'm going to place more buildings that are going to be different from the 4 original buildings that I copied. And also I do want the interiors to be upgraded, as the interiors in Dragonlance now are not up to the standards that Greenlands has shown us. Additionally, a second thing I wanted to do was I wanted to finish the sewers. Now, I understand that Phase 2 doesn't mean finishing stuff, but really what it is an extension of my original idea, which was having a sewer that was rife and riddled with thieves guilds and all these criminal archetypes, just to have it, and I think it's really cool. That's the expansion idea for the Dragonlance. Now, while there's still a lot of new build potential in the World of Vaggurum, I wanted to head back to the oldest builds in my world and give them kind of a facelift. So the second objective I have for Phase 2 is going to be bringing the standard of building up to what Greenlands is right now. And here's an example. Clip 1 is going to be the interior of a Greenlands house that was recently built in 2025. Clip 2 is going to be an interior of Dragonlands, an interior that was built in 2019, 2020, and 2022. As you can see, there is a stark difference between these two clips, and number 1 is very obvious: decoration and modding. I am someone who is not shy into modding my way through the problems with Minecraft interior decoration. That's why I love it so much. So, in that case, we want to bring up every house to that same standard. So, that's Phase 2. Over the coming weeks and months, I'm going to be uploading content, and you'll see me facelift Anoth Kingdom, Dragonlands, and some other older builds that I haven't really touched, like the end entrance, for example. And we're going to be giving them a facelift. That's what we're going to be doing. And then we'll move on to going over to the lava pit mountain and upgrading that, and maybe building some more cities in Duramar, and then maybe, just maybe, going into the endless plains that I have. Oh boy, lots of stuff to come. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here. Until next time, have a good one.